Hello everyone, I'm gonna do a video on me making a video, but I had played all day, what was it, this past Sunday. It was raining and all that, so I gotta, let's see, it was about 7 hours overall, but I was logged in and I had made dinner, and the group I got in, we took breaks, but it's this video here. So I'm gonna kind of pop this into the editor here, and it'll take it a while to load here because it's 4.5 hours or something like that. But I had posted, waiting on the internet, the computer was asleep here, so it's reestablishing network connections. But I had posted the initial run over, which I probably on videos like that maybe should do a playlist, because it's kind of like the same dungeon or the same character, but it's in a playlist, the P99 server, if you look that way, if you're looking for EverQuest stuff, which most people know how to use YouTube, I guess. But I had posted the solo when I went in there and did a small video, just showing you, you don't have to go too far in to find blues. And then the next video was after I had made my coffee, and I realized that I was, almost 42 minutes. So, depending on how long you have to watch or whatever, I try to go, probably the max is 2 hours. Some people post, the whole thing, but I'll wait for this to process here. But I had, I can't open it in the player with it loading. I gotta wait for it to load. I could play it in here, I guess. But I'll let this play. Like, basically, Sinkin here, the bard, like at the end of the last video or the beginning of it, I had went and sold, and they were in there soloing when I came back, and then we ended up grouping and made a larger group, and we had a pretty good time. But I'll play some of it here. So let me get the full screen. So I'll just let it play for a while, and I'll add commentary, I guess, as I'm doing this. But I'm going to cut this down once it finishes loads. Hello all, I got a little group here in it's going to jitter a little bit because it's buffering and loading into the editor, but it was me, Sinkin there's a bard, and the other guy's name I can't make out because it's we're just blurry. Getting organized here. So. But there was a cleric, and then a wizard that came later. But we had a pretty good time, though. I'm going to cut this down and make it into some shorter videos, and post it a couple times. As far as the experience goes, let me stop this. I had went about half a level in, well, like I said, it's a 4.5 hour video, but the group took breaks, so we probably played. Well, we played the whole time where I stayed logged in. I was going to leave the group and eat dinner, and they said, well, just sit there and eat your dinner, no big deal. But Which, when people went AFK, we kept pulling, kept clearing. I mean, we weren't having any major issues. Although the Bard died a couple times, I guess because she was pulling. And, however Bards pull, I guess, with their Mez Charm or their, lulls or that stuff. I don't play a Bard. I've played with them, and I know they can do all kinds of stuff, so once you get used to what their role or what they're going to do, Bards, they can play mana, haste, heal you if you need it. They melee, charm, mez. It's pretty, they're as busy as an enchanter, I guess. They got to do a lot of swapping just from watching other people that post on YouTube that play them. Like some of the stuff I do on my enchanter, it's well, I might have rooted something, but I might reroute it, and you don't need to. But sometimes, if a Necro's in your group, they'll go ahead and dot a add or something. So generally, direct damage spells is usually what breaks root. So people that play the game probably know that. So whoever's watching this might be some of the computer people, but I have this HP case, which I have another case in the other room I could use too, but I like this HP that I burn up the, I know I burn up the processor. I don't know if I burn up the motherboard. I was overclocking it, and I'd played EverQuest and used the software on it. I think I had Windows 7 on it when I was doing that. But I'll test the board once I pull it out. But it has a front I/O panel which has USB, sound, the compact flash, which the plugs on it I believe will plug right into this motherboard. So the Gigabyte board I'm talking about, the older AGP one, that was one I bought new way back, probably 2005 or something. I have a couple other AMD processors for it. I think it might have the fastest one in it. I might have a Celeron that'll fit that socket. If I do, then some of the older Celerons were pretty good. Like for the earlier, well, what you would call vintage or retro. I mean, back in the day, a compact flash IDE thing probably didn't exist. I mean, it might have, but those computers, you don't need a lot of storage. It's just, you could make it on a Raspberry Pi. I mean, it's just something to make, and, well, I'll get some use out of it. But I want to do a video on taking that case apart and checking the plugs, see if I have to customize any of it, which I might. And then I'll decide how I'm going to paint it all. That's a Gigabyte board, so I'm doing like a Gigabyte brand stuff. That's why I was saying the EVGA memory, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But if you're doing like the whole product line, most of these companies nowadays make multiple things like fans or cases. But I used my computer at home just as much as I did at work. So, and I did work at home or school or whatever. I did play games. I ran programming software. I had my own server just for in the house. I could transfer stuff. Back then, I want to say back then. I mean, I'm playing a modern day game that was made 26-7 years ago. But all right, so we had grouped here. Let's see. What do you think? About an hour. I need to find, looks like this was a little group, a little break here. Someone might have went AFK or something. Alright, so we'll do what? Set end. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this video file. I guess I could do, I'll just label it part 1 for now, just to get it done here, because some of this I might just cut out entirely. It might have been like a 10-minute AFK and nothing was going on, or someone had to feed their dog, or, you know, most of the people that play the game, they'll type and say what, you know, most groups will take a break and go get a cup of coffee or tea or whatever they're doing, or a Monster energy drink or whatever. Back in the day, we used to drink a lot of a drink called Adrenaline Rush. They don't even sell it in the U.S. anymore. I think they still sell it over in Europe or something, but we used to get that in 4-packs and 6-packs, and it was like our caffeine. Red Bull, whatever's out there today, pick your flavor. 5-hour energy if you're into that or whatever, but I'm not endorsing none of it. I mean, you know, you're your own adult, I guess, but just little stories here. But most people that do YouTube, or, well, if they're just learning, they might run across this and say, well, it's just basic, you know, cut and paste. You know, once you know, there's so many things you could do here. I mean, I could make a professional movie if I wanted to. I mean, you take time and do it, you know. People click on it or they run across it forever as long as it's online, I guess, if it's there to view. But that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to make you sit here and wait on this. This will take a little bit. But I'll cut this up more once this is done. I could, you know, go through it, scroll through it now and do another one. Like I could give you a little bit of a preview of the pulls. Like we were pulling 3, 4 at a time, wherever the Bard was going. Got a few drops out of it. When I log into the game next, which I might play here in a little bit, but I might go in the other room too and look for a couple things I need and get that organized. The excuse me, I got a cough here. Let me pause this. Accidentally hit stop instead of pause when I had to cough. But the I think Artheno there was a wizard. Oh, the cobalt boots. We had those drop a couple times. That was one of the drops. I'm actually wearing those right now. It's like 2... I think it's like 2 less AC and... well, there's some other stats on it. I forget what's on them right at the moment. Dexterity, I think, and maybe strength or something. But however interesting that might be, basically we made up camp where I was fighting, you know, in that first little hall there. But there's a lot of offshoots. Some of it you'll see, like we had ran through the door here to the right, you know, down here. We'd went in there and pulled the stuff in there. So, but on the some of the computer stuff, I need to, well, I don't need to, but I want to update the RAM in this Dell and change the video card. I could do a video on that. That's the computer I'm using right now. So the X58, that's working on Linux right now. I'm about to change out the drive that I took the stuff off of that failed, and put a little tag on it that it's failing. Maybe I'll run a smart test or something on it. It's probably just old, got lots of hours on it. Because generally, the computer, I just let it run and it'll go into sleep mode or screensaver. Sometimes I turn it off or whatever, but most of the time I just let it run. Trying to get my crap cleaned up, some of this stuff that I don't even need or want. And then the useful stuff, get my stuff back together. But I know most people, that's just a me thing. There's plenty of people online building computers. But you all have a good night. Hello all, I accidentally hit stop on this instead of pause. But this part is finished rendering that I cut out of here. Now what I can do, what I'm going to do is do the same thing again, look through what's left of the footage. But up here I have save projects. So what I'm going to do is save the project as... I'll label it something, edit Sol A. And I'll go ahead and save that. And then what I'm going to do is start a new project here. Let's see. One of these has new project. New project. So now we're going to add files, which basically I'm looking for 16. 7, 8. So I'm looking for 16, 17, and 18, which 17 is the one I'm doing now. So what I'm going to do is take 16 and 18. Pop them into the editor. I'm going to pause this video and stop it and add the tail end here to this. But I'm waiting for this to finish loading in. So which one is this? 16. So I'm going to add 16 and 19. We'll hit this box here. We'll add... a transition, you could pick what you want, or what I have loaded in here. I could load more. Let's see, what do we want? Let's use that one, I guess. And you could do a beginning and an end, which my end is this video. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here and put this tail end on there, and then I'll do the same thing again. I'll go up here to export video and put it all into one continuous video, and then I'll post it just on what I'm doing on the software. Now I could split the screen, I could do all kinds of fancy stuff. Maybe I'll get into it one day and do it, but for now, that's pretty much that, and then I'll post the first part of the video, which I'll schedule that for the people that want to watch that. So have a good one, y'all.